colors though.
Mm-hmm.
Pairs of Thieves Adult Pride Super Rainbow Geo Boxers. Yeah, the other thing is that's funny when you, oh my God.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, hi. I didn't know she turned us on. I'm over here looking
Yeah,
at
it's 10
underwear.
o'clock. It's 10 o'clock.
I'm over here looking at Pride underwear.
She is. She's looking at.
I really am.
She really, really, truly is.
I really, really am.
Because she was like, they're wider. I think I want some of those.
Yeah, look here. This one here, look. I think these would work pretty good. Look. In the crotch. Look how much a little bit wider. They have more in their package than we do, so I think that might work when they're crossing over. But
you have, I mean, we have discussed this before.
Yes.
Women's underwear are too narrow.
They are.
On the crotch area.
Yeah. When you're a size 2, it's this wide, right?
When you're size 22,
when you're size 22, it's
that
this wide.
It's that wide.
No, it widens up about that. Gives you an extra 1/4 inch, I think, or something. And it just rides right in. I mean, it slides right into the wrong spot. And what's that called? Some sort of toe.
Camel toe.
There you go. You can end up with that thing all the time. So, anyway.
Good morning, California, North Carolina, and Karen
are in the house. Hi, guys. Can you see I've already started a rant for the day? Yes.
Yeah, her underwear.
My underwear.
But,
no, my underwear.
But okay. You have some yarn that would go with that underwear.
I know, I do. Yeah.
She does.
We will get to. Oh, yeah. And the other coolest thing, I got to go get the other coolest thing out of my bag from yesterday.
Yeah, we went to
Hoosier Hills.
Hoosier Hills yesterday.
And had a very good time.
Had a very good time. Saw lots of vendors, lots of peeps. Said hi to lots of peeps.
So let's see, Steve and Andy and Brenda and Heather and Lindsay
and Reese.
I can never remember her husband's name from Fiber Seed. And then we met the same couple this year that made Sue's box because I bought a box.
She did. She bought a box.
And I bought a pen, but it doesn't work.
She bought a fun size box. Yeah. I got a big one with a handle on. Oh, a medium. I got a medium sized one with a handle on it.
So we'll just jump right into that today. And so we're going to say Hoosier Hills is the first weekend in June, and it's down in Franklin, Illinois, at the fairgrounds.
No, Franklin, Indiana.
Franklin, Indiana, too. Yeah.
Yeah, that Franklin, Indiana.
I don't think Franklin, Illinois has the Johnson County Fairgrounds. So
probably not.
So look for the Johnson County Fairgrounds. Anyway, last year she bought this cool box and it's got a handle and everything in it. Well, this year I bought this cute little box. Isn't that adorable?
It's fun sized. What are you going to put in it?
I have no idea. I think I'm just going to put it by my stuff.
But like, look at the top.
Isn't that
the work gorgeous?
And the work.
These are all handmade, guys.
Yeah. And they're done. The best part is they're recycled trees. Yeah. This one here, this little box here, came from a sycamore that came down during a windstorm in Walcott, New York on Labor Day, 1998. So this wood is very, very old. And it's like as smooth as a baby's butt.
25 years old.
It's like a baby's butt. It's just the best.
That could have a classic license plate on it. It's 25 years. It's 25 years old. It's classic already because the tree came down in 98.
I just think it's so cute. I mean, isn't this?
And this is the first time I've seen them with the little ones. So
yeah,
he started numbering them. This is number 3.
Of the little
he
ones.
Signs and numbers the bottoms of each one. Yeah. Absolutely gorgeous.
So cute. So
if you have a chance to
get on their website, it's Strauss Woodworking. Phenomenal. Beautiful. I mean, and beautiful work. It's just the handle, and they do it for the sewers with the spindles.
Yeah.
That they have 2 sides. One where they can like double up for like if you're a quilter or a stitcher or something. Yeah, the only thing this doesn't have that I really it's a handle.
Is
If
a
it had a
handle.
little handle, that would be like even, it'd be so cute. I could walk around with my little box. So,
But it's small enough to sit on a coffee table next to you with your notions and whatnot in it.
yeah, I
If-
could put
if-
it in the nest. I could find a place in the nest.
If you were so inclined to create space for it.
Oh, I'll create space for it. I will. Believe me, I can create
And Ashley,
space.
I'm glad you made it live this time from Washington State.
Hey, Ashley, where in Washington State are you? Because I'm going to Washington. We're going to Washington State. We're going to be in Seattle. But you'll only be there the one day. Well, and then you'll be there the 25th to the 26th.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I'll be there the 16th afternoon and the 17th during the day. And then I'm going to pick all these guys up at the hotel. And I'm not going to tell them what room I'm in. And then pick them up and entertain them for a whole week on the ship.
Yep. And take us to the ship.
Yep. I don't even know what room we have because I called and said that.
She's southeast of Seattle in Maple Valley.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Mags is on.
Hi, Max.
Maggie.
What's up?
Yeah, she's southeast in a little place called Maple Valley.
It's cold where Maggie's at. Where are you at, Maggie? You're down under.
No, Maggie's in South Africa.
Right, which is like down under.
Well, you say
There-
down under, and I think Australia.
Oh, you think Australia? No, down under the equator. Yeah, down under the equator.
Well, Maggie, it's hotter than Hades here, like 90 degrees
Yeah, like
and
90.
90% humidity.
No, the humidity hasn't been too bad.
Feels like it to me. Feels like
Well, Friday night, Mikey went out and he cut it. It was like 89 degrees, and he came in. He looked like a snowman. Okay, but a beige snowman.
a
He
beige.
was just covered in dust, and I mean dust from one end down all the
What
way.
was he doing?
He cut the grass. It was so dry.
Oh, so dry and dusty.
yeah, it's just so dry and dusty.
Why did he cut the grass?
Because Mikey has this thing about making sure the grass gets cut. Whether it needs it or not, and then he adjusts the blade so it's a little higher, or he adjusts it so it's a little lower. And then he gets everybody else in the neighborhood all worried about the fact that they haven't cut their grass. So then they all get out and cut grass. But they just they don't adjust the mower level. So sometimes your grass is going to burn because it's too short.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so that's something, we won't get into that, but his grass is his thing, totally his thing. Then he tells me, I still love this guy. He decides that it's too much work to put the lawnmower away. So he backed both cars out of the garage. He pulled his out, backed mine out. And then he took his cooking area away and swung in his
lawnmower,
which sticks out about this much further than what it's supposed to, which means I have another scratch on my car because he didn't bother to tell me that it's sticking over. So I didn't pay any attention. I just paid attention to where he told me to pay attention. We have this big block of foam. I come up to it, I spin the wheel, and I pull in until I hit the next block of foam. Well, I heard a scratch. And it was from this stupid lawnmower. So I went to Dollar Tree. And I didn't feel good yesterday, but I went to Dollar Tree anyway. And I got a noodle and stuck a noodle on the corner of it. No, I didn't just stick a noodle on there. I stuck a noodle on there. This thing, and I used the ties. There must be 12 ties. So that thing is not coming off. It's going to stay on there forever.
Oh my gosh.
Whether he likes it or not. And you'll never guess what color it is.
Hot pink.
No. Piss yellow.
Oh. You're being
fishy
pissy.
green because I was being busy.
He's
So
being pissy. Well, we got Bronx in the house and Delaware.
Yay, Delaware. Oh, Bronx from New York.
Mm-hmm.
How's that coming along in the Bronx, you guys? You know?
Yeah, I've been hearing some interesting things about both New York and New York City.
Yeah.
Like Bronx and Manhattan. And
well, they've gentrified Brooklyn. They've taken and ruined Brooklyn, in my opinion. Brooklyn was like a hometown place.
Yeah.
And to me now it's high vibe. So they've taken over that.
They kind of did that with Harlem too.
Yeah, they took all of that away. It doesn't have any of the, to me, it didn't have, last time we were there, which was about 6 years ago, didn't have any of that cool vibe, the Harlem vibe to it. My sister went to Columbia, so we always have to go up there, which is right on the edge of Harlem and stuff.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have the same vibe. And then I think I was reading about how they're going to terrorize you guys in the Bronx too, where they're just going to start buying those places up and putting, it's just not fair. They should do the same.
Leave those
and
old, beautiful homes there.
Yeah. And while you're on with us, can you give me the cost of the Staten Island ferry?
Oh yeah, we were talking about that last night.
We
were literally just talking about that.
Yeah.
She was saying it used to be 25 cents.
Yeah. And it was a great
And I mean, I lived in Jersey, so of course I had done that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was, 15 minutes outside of Manhattan. So of course I'd done
it was
the
free
Staten
to
Island
go
ferry.
to Staten Island ferry and $0.25 to come into the city. I think that's the way it is, or the other way around. I can't remember. But one way was free. And now I was just wondering, it was only like $0.25 or something like that. It was super, super reasonable.
Yeah, I don't recall what it was when I was there.
So do you guys have to pay for your Staten Island ferry? Just asking, because it's a cheap way.
I'm sure they
It's much cheaper doing that, except you don't get all the commentary because you go right by the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
So you just don't get all that history stuff from them. So,
Yeah, like we were legit just talking about that. And we were talking about San Francisco. So we were curious how you guys are faring in San Francisco, New York. Yeah.
With the homeless situation and being able to walk out in the neighborhood and things like that.
I heard that they're changing some city statutes. It's free.
It's free.
Awesome.
Yay. So now you got something free to do in New York.
Awesome.
Cool.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad it's staying the same. So at least
That's
something
great.
stays the same. That's good.
Not many things stay the same. Not many things stay the same.
No.
So I did last week.
Oh, yeah.
I think we were talking about.
I forgot it. I finished it.
You finished yours?
Yeah.
Oh, because you started doing ribbing.
Yeah,
That's
I did.
right.
And I finished
This
it.
is going to my father-in-law. So I had said, oh, yeah, it's really cool when you fold it over to have a solid color in the middle. Well, I just happened to find this solid green that matches perfectly.
Yeah.
So I don't have much. Legit don't have much. So I'm just gonna go until I have it done with that.
Yeah, because it doesn't make any difference.
And then I'll go back to
your colors
that and finish it off.
And it's just enough.
Just enough to have like maybe an inch or so.
Yeah.
Right there at where you would fold.
Just enough diversion so when you turn it the other way, you're going to have a little
bit of a different hat.
Somebody's going to think that your daughter-in-law made you two hats.
Right, exactly.
And she did sort of.
And I did sort of. Yeah.
So anyway.
Oh, we got. I can't see that. Something Beach, Florida.
Pompano Beach, Florida.
We have got the country covered.
We've got everybody
coast to coast.
Here.
Down.
That's because they all.
My daughter needs to get on from Minnesota. Then we got.
Then we got the top end to the
top
bottom.
And the bottom.
Yeah. Sort of like Gordon Ramsay on the new Master Chef. They broke it up into the country.
I so need to start watching.
Yeah,
that.
They broke it up into sections. Last week they did the Northeast and gave out those.
I need to watch it.
Those aprons, and then I taped the Midwest ones, and then so they're going by region this year. That's what they're kind of doing.
All right.
And I was watching Top Chef, but I still don't know who won. I think I fell asleep. Okay, so
is that on a streaming service? Is it on Netflix or Hulu or
I think
Amazon
it's on
or something? Or Peacock?
I think it's Peacock. But So when you walk into this thing in the one main building, of course, Brenda and Heather are right there in the beginning.
We're back to Hoosier Hills.
Back to Hoosier Hills.
Sorry,
I
we
squirreled right over that here. You know,
we squirreled. Yes, you walk into the main building.
Main building, and we saw Brenda and Heather.
And then Heather,
everything
right there.
Stops. And so you remember, because I had their last rainbow one, Sue wound it up for me. I still haven't started that shawl because I didn't like the way. Brenda and Heather's yarn is so consistent. And this calls for like a 5 on the pattern, because I know you can go up with on fingering weight. You can use bigger needles, right?
For what?
For whatever you're doing. Because
you can use any size needle you want. It's just the gauge that you want or the outcome that you want of it.
Yeah, but it just didn't work well with a 5 on this pattern.
Okay.
So I took it out, because I'm going to do a shawl with this. And then the first color is going to be this purple. And then I'm going to put some of this variegated.
What are you making?
The Eyelet Burst shawl by Stephen West.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
It's his only pattern that's 4 pages, and 2 of those pages are pictures.
Yes.
Unbelievably small Stephen West pattern.
Stephen West pattern.
I mean, this is like amazing. And it's one of his newer ones, too. He's gone back and rewritten some of the older ones where he writes everything out. So anyway, this is their first rainbow one that comes in the mail. And then this is the one.
Carly was at Hoosier Hills yesterday.
I didn't see you. Where were you?
Whatever.
Well, bummer. Okay, we should go through the time
She was there
machine.
yesterday afternoon. We were there yesterday morning.
So that's it. And then, so they just came out with the next rainbow, which is called Hold Me Closer Tiny Rainbow. And it looks about the same, but it's got a little more blue than red, I think. Sort of content to it. But this is what came in the package. That's what I love about those two. It says, thank you for joining our Rainbows Rock Yarn Club. And on it says, I don't worry whenever skies are gray above. Got a pocket full of rainbows, got a heart full of love. That was from Elvis Presley. Isn't that just the coolest thing?
That's sweet.
I like that. So I'm going to keep that with my rainbow stuff. So when I work on my rainbow thing.
When your rainbow
I'll remember Elvis
Stephen
Presley,
West Eyelet.
Stephen West Eyelet Burst. And it's in this. But this is their new one. This is when they just came. And they gave me 2 little
duckies.
Yeah. Because that's probably for people who don't know somebody who knows somebody who
does stitch markers. Which, as soon as I got there, Heather immediately grabs me and goes, you got to come here. You got to come here. I got to introduce you to. And did you write down their name?
No.
I didn't.
Heather, send us the name.
Heather, send us the name of that vendor, please. I
did write on some bag.
I legitimately went there so unprepared. I don't know why.
Juniper sweater? Nope, that was the sweater.
That was the sweater.
Okay, sorry.
At any rate, Heather brings me over to a vendor
and introduced
in a truck.
Yeah,
a truck
from Arkansas.
A yarn truck from Arkansas.
Yeah, I think they were from Arkansas.
We could probably figure it out.
Right.
At any rate, she's like, she introduced us, and then she goes, "This lady makes stitch markers, and they go all over the country, and they are creating." Yeah, figure it out from there, would you please?
Sure.
Yarn boxes for that state that they're in. So next year, when they're back here, they may have my stitch markers in it because they want a yarn bag and stitch markers from everywhere from the state that they're in, and they're creating boxes of them. So Heather was like, I know somebody who can do that. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, then they got the Indiana connection already. So yeah.
So
nice people.
So they said that they would contact the flock around November for next year.
Yarn Adventure Truck.
The Yarn Adventure Truck.
That's it.
What they're
from
called.
Berryville, Arkansas.
The Yarn Adventure Truck.
See, so they go all over.
So check them out. They are creating boxes from the states that they go to.
That's a neat idea.
Yeah. So you get a few skeins of yarn. You get a yarn bag made from that state,
right, and
some stitch
markers.
Yeah.
Kind of so you could do a whole thing for the.
Yeah.
That's neat. I like that.
Since we're talking stitch markers for a second, I will update you on the yarn on not the yarn shop, on the Etsy shop. This month,
that's right, June.
We're in June.
We're in the fourth day already.
We have another sale going on. This one is kind of the mystery marker packs, and most of the red, white, and blue stuff that's in there is 15% off. There's also a couple listings in there that are in the clearance section that are 50% off. When those are gone, they're gone forever. So if you want them, snag them up.
Yeah.
Those are the clearance ones are on sale until they're gone. The 15% are on sale through the month of June for the 4th of July sort of thing.
So, yeah.
I did put up a new listing of huggers, red, white, and blue huggers.
Of course.
That was the only new listing this week. So red, white, and blue huggers.
That's nice. Yeah.
And they're on sale.
Oh, okay. Because they're red, white,
because they're red, white, and blue.
Okay, so that works.
Yeah.
Not too much new there.
Not.
She did buy yarn yesterday, so we're going to get into that next.
I did.
So she bought yarn, and we both bought it from this place, from both places, and I bought it from one other place. And Brenda and Heather. No, I didn't buy it from Brenda and Heather. I had it at home. Anyway, so we'll move on to the next group.
Yeah.
The next group.
Oh, Leading Men.
We went to Leading Men.
Yes, we did.
And
we saw Steve and Andy.
A secret. So don't tell anybody.
Oh my gosh.
But they're thinking of expanding.
They are.
They're thinking of buying the building next door.
No, the whole building that they're in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the whole building that they're in.
Oh my gosh, it'd be amazing. So tell them to do it.
Yeah.
If you have any connection.
And the mercantile that's right next to it. I mean, it would be the building, but
yeah.
So you've been there. I haven't been there yet.
Yeah.
But they're several hours away from us.
It's all country driving. That's the problem. Once you get to Champaign, you're out in the sticks. So, and that's not like my type of driving. If you can't get there on an expressway, I don't like to go.
Oh.
Yeah. That's
me. It's that road over to Champaign that Jamie and I came back from Minnesota once. If you guys know, coming from Minneapolis up there and coming down to Indianapolis, you can avoid the tolls if you come down through Champaign.
Right, 355 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
You can avoid most of the
it's
tolls or all the tolls. I can't remember, but so that's the way we always came. So the little country back road from Champaign over
to 74.
No, 74 over to 65, maybe.
Okay, because you go through Lebanon.
Yeah. Right. So the road that comes from there over to 65, that's the road where we saw like 15 miles of fireflies one night.
Really?
It just went forever and ever and ever and ever. And we were just in awe, enamored by it.
I would be too.
I was like, can we just stop and watch this for a while?
Yeah.
They were just fields of fireflies.
Oh, cool.
So
it's like they did you a show.
And it was like, yeah. And it was just for us because there was nobody else out on the road because it was super late at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun.
It was cool.
That's neat.
It was cool.
Remember when you used to get those and you try to put enough in a jar so that you'd go in the house and read a book?
Yeah.
Never happened.
It never happened.
No, by the time they were great outside, but the minute you got them inside, underneath your shirt, underneath a jacket, so Mom didn't know
you were bringing bugs into the house.
Exactly. By the time you got that done, and then you had to get ready for bed and keep them hidden, they were all dead by the time you went to try and read your book. It was terrible.
I don't think they live that long anyway.
No, I don't think so. Not. Well, then we realized we probably should put a hole in the top so they could breathe.
Yeah.
We had to learn how to do that. But then you're making noise in the
and
jar, and you have to be
nail,
careful.
And you got to ask Dad for a nail and a hammer.
Yeah.
So back to Steve and Andy.
So then we were walking around kind of going there, and we saw Steve and Andy which is really always nice to see them. They always have the best setup, I'm telling you. Really nicely done. So I'm into yellows now for some reason. Yellow is like my new thing. I have 2 at home that I want to do something with. And I should have bought 2 more. Then I could have done Stephen West fragmentation with this, but I didn't. Maybe I have 2 yellows at home. Okay. Anyway, this
Squirrel.
is
She walks in today and I said, are you feeling evil today? And she goes, no. And I go, yeah, you are.
my shirt says
her shirt says feeling evil.
But I didn't realize it said evil. I thought it said something like
feeling evil?
Queen Evil or something like that. I didn't even know what my shirt said. But my boobs look like they're hanging today. This shirt makes them look like they're hanging. Look, I mean, they're kind of down. They're down to my waist. Never mind. Okay, so I bought this yesterday.
She did. She got this yesterday. I watched her.
It's really pretty. It's called Pop the Cork. Isn't that cute? It's a nice yellow.
Pop the cork. It's a buttery yellow.
Yeah, type yellow, soft. And it's their show sealer, which is their just their fingering. It's their 80-20. 80-10 cashmere.
Yeah, I was like, Showstopper is 80-20.
Yeah,
Show Stealer
is got cashmere in it. Just a little bit of soft little cashmere. And then we went to see my girl. She was in another spot, Ash and Bumble. As you know, I get her stuff every month because I'm in one of her sock clubs. But she had 2 really cool yellow ones. And this is 80-20 too, also. But it doesn't have the cashmere. But I think it could work with this. And this one is called Corn Silk, which is very light, almost a yellow beige or a beige yellow or something. And then this one is called Fairy Lights, and it's got little, speaking of lights in the field.
Fairy, yeah.
And this has little specks of brown and color like that in it. But one's a little more beigeier, I think, than yellowier.
There's some nice little.
There's some colors in there, little
nice
green,
little
maybe.
greens.
Yeah. So I have no idea when that's going to be, but I'll probably start it on vacation because it's here and I don't have to go digging for it.
Right.
Because I don't do any digging. I don't like to dig. So
no, she doesn't like to dig.
She did shop at Leading Men also.
I did shop at Leading Men.
This was a big day for her.
It was a big day.
It was a big day for her. She got,
well, because I'm going to run out of yarn for my big old blanket.
How can you run out of yarn? I'm going to go through and dig out some pink then. I don't want you to run out and I'm gone.
That's not going to happen. I have plenty now. So I thought, screw it, I'm going to get some pink yarn. So, like I hate pink. It's so bad. At any rate, this is Showstopper, so 80-20. Nope, 75-25.
Oh. Showstopper.
Is Showstopper in colorway. It's Brittany, bitch. That's what it's called. It's Brittany, bitch.
Those guys are getting saucy in their old age there. Yeah.
And then I have these dark colors that are coming up that have some pink in them, like almost black with little bits of pink. And then the extreme opposite. So super light.
Okay.
Or bubblegum pink, that sort of thing. And so I was like, I want another darker color. So they had these in mini. So it's dark purple, almost black, and hot pink in colorway Drag Queen. So I had to get that too to go for my blanket. That's what I got from Leading Men.
Drag Queen!
Drag Queen!
We're going to have to go to a drag queen show.
Sure. I wonder if there'll be any in Seattle when we're there.
I bet there is.
We'll have to look that up.
Look that up. Have you guys ever done a drag queen show? They're hysterical.
They're awesome.
I'm not kidding. That guy when we were in New York once, that guy was if you had known it and you were like maybe in the back of the room, you would have thought it was Joan Rivers.
Oh,
I am
sure.
not kidding. He sounded and acted just like her. I was so impressed with him. It was really neat. So then we went over to another spot and we went to our fiber seed spot.
I got a skein at fiber seed.
But I got several. This is Karen's fault. Because Karen bought one of these on Friday and she put it on the internet on the notice.
She sent it out to us in our big group chat.
In our chat. And so this is Karen and Marsha's fault. Hey, those guys got their picture put on Facebook. I don't know how, but it was on Facebook. And I saw you guys on Facebook, Marsha and Karen.
Karen and Marsha.
And I can't remember who the other one was. I think it was Carol, but I'm not sure. She didn't look right at it, but you could tell. This is Sprout sock, which is 80-10. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. 80-10. And
no, 90-10.
90-10. Washable American merino wool with 10% nylon.
Yeah.
Okay. And these are the bigger skeins. These are 510 yards. So these are a little bit bigger. This is the new color, Tropical Vibes. They just put this out for June. Isn't that cool? Now it's really much more vibrant in here because I bought in the
reels.
Orange in real. Because even my safety orange, and this is like real.
That's hunter
safety.
Orange.
Yeah, we're talking like I can go out in the woods and nobody's going to shoot me.
Yeah, no, for sure.
They're going to know. They're going to know. And then to go with it, I bought this purple. Isn't this great? And it matched. Oh, so cool. I was so tempted to get a yellow, but I didn't.
That's going to be a big shawl. That's 1,500 yards, right?
I know, that's 1,500 yards.
1,500 yards. So she's going to have to find a good shawl to go with it.
A couple of different ones.
Yeah, but
I mean, with different colors.
A big one.
Just make a big one, like a shawl
like another painted bricks, but not painted bricks. Another big shawl like that.
Yeah.
Like a blanket shawl. You know.
That's true. And then I bought the blue to go with Reese Man. Because I bought the Reese Man, which we showed you a while ago. But see, colors do not show up as good on TV.
They don't.
Yeah.
They don't.
But they're really good. This is really fun. So I don't have no idea what I'm going to do. But believe me, I'm going to work on this on the ship, I think. Because I think this could be really
I just
fun.
love the vibrant colors of it. It's so fun.
It really is the fun stuff. So
it is fun. You're going to have to find something.
Well, yesterday when we got home, I wasn't feeling all that good. So I didn't really, I got online. I was sort of looking a little bit and then I fell asleep and then I got up and things like that. And then I forgot all about it because I was doing other things. I did get up and put my underwear in my suitcase for the trip. So I'm all set underwear wise. I don't wash.
Except you were this morning looking at alternatives for underwear.
I was. Did you know? Yeah. I mean,
we started out here and you were still looking.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah.
Wait, it's called Pride. Okay, won't come up. I've been left behind. See, it's Pride underwear. Look at that. It's kind of pretty. But it's typically $20. I don't spend $20 on my underwear. Sorry. So that's
for what, a single pair.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We got started on this yesterday because they're coming up with a new line, because what do you do when a guy cross dresses? He's got to have decent underwear. So of course they're going to make underwear with a wide crotch for a guy, not for a woman, because that's what we need. No, they're going to make it so that it fits a guy. Stupid people out there. I'll tell you, these manufacturers, I just want to slap them. What did you get from Fiber Seed?
I got
neat.
It kind of looks like unicorn farts. I don't know what it's called. What's the name of it? Shell Factory. Shell Factory. I don't know. It's just like every color under the rainbow on a relatively neutral base, but it qualifies for my blanket because there is pink in it.
Well, and this is good for the blanket too, because then if you've got something that doesn't have quite as much or has more pink than what you can pull this.
Or I can use that with something that's super dark.
Yeah. And then
it's not,
Yeah.
That was my thought on that.
And she did a good thing. So it was a nice day. We had
a great day.
It was warm.
We had a good day.
Carly, did you spend a lot of money too? I should have figured.
And then we went to the restaurant.
We went to Dale's.
Yeah, we went to Dale's again because.
And Hannah, she wasn't as saucy as the other one was last year.
No, but I think
the lady that was serving the other tables, she was the saucy.
I think she was the saucy one.
She was, because she told them they would get it when she was ready to bring it.
Oh my gosh. So last year when we went, it was the inaugural car ride for your new car.
My new car.
Yeah. This year, so my husband was going up to a friend's who was having a crawfish boil, and he wanted to bring our cornhole things.
Right.
So he said, switch vehicles with me. And I'm like, fine, that's awesome. I get to drive the big boat. So she says to me, she goes, would you drive? And I was, of course I will. No problem. So I went and I picked her up, and she gets in the car. Now this is a boat. My husband's car is a boat.
It truly is a boat.
It's
like
CT6 Cadillac.
It's a boat. Luxurious.
Sedan. It's a huge fucking sedan.
Yes.
And so she gets in the passenger seat, and she's like,
I'm not kidding.
Like, holy crap, what the hell?
I couldn't see over the dashboard.
And then she was like, can the seat go up? And I go, yeah. And then normal cars, like the thing is on the seat, down low.
The Cadillac has a convenient.
It's on the freaking
window thing right here.
It's on this. It's on the door.
It is.
It's on the door towards the front, like in front of your window things and everything. And so literally she's got to scooch to the front of her chair just to reach the thing to move the seat.
I'm not kidding. I was sitting.
Oh my God, I was I was almost ready to get out and walk around
and take a picture.
And I was going to take a picture and move the seat for you because.
Well, I couldn't sit, and then I couldn't grab anything to sit up. You're sitting down like this. And there's nothing to grab except
there's nothing to grab. There's nothing to grab.
The steering wheel way over here.
I was like,
or the gear shift. So I reached over to the door and
pull herself up with the door handle.
And then when I was going forward, I was next to the window, but I wasn't back in my seat. So then I had to sit back in my seat. And then we finally got situated.
Cadillac, you need to do better. It needs to be on the freaking seat. Like, I get it. To a degree, being on the door, but it's do better, Cadillac. Yeah. Cadillac needs to fix a couple of things with their cars. Now, most of the cars I like, they ride great.
Oh, perfect.
Blah 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 blah. But there's a few things that they do really fucking bad.
That's
one of them.
And your mirror.
Oh yeah, I couldn't figure out.
Trying to dress the mirror, it kept going.
Yeah.
I'm like,
the other thing that they suck at, and it's with every freaking car that they have now, their cup holders are too fucking small for anything except for a can.
Yeah.
If it's not a can, it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
And it's not an insert like every other fucking car manufacturer out there. It's an insert. You can take the insert out, and now all of a sudden you have a bigger thing. No, Cadillac, it's not an insert at all.
Nope. You buy it, this is what you have to use.
This is what you have to use. You can't. Yeah.
But it drove like a dream, and we were just
you float down the road on that one.
Yeah, it was really fun. So
it's fun driving that one. I have to admit, it's kind of fun driving it.
We put my sister in the back seat.
Yeah, she could have laid down.
She could have taken a nap,
like
and
full,
I'm glad I didn't
and gone like this side to side and had room.
Yeah, she would have been totally
it's a boat
together.
It is a boat.
And it's a good thing we got a good parking spot. So
Yeah.
we were cool with that too.
Yeah.
So, and then I could have bought tons more because we did have the big spot.
You got a pen. You have to.
I bought a pen and it broke. It didn't work. I'm going to call those people and say, send me a new one. Look how cool this pen is. It says Knit Rocks. And you'll never guess what this is. Look, what's this? It's big. Isn't that cool? Doesn't write.
Doesn't write.
We've used the lighter and everything on it. Used different paper. Tried different magnet. The whole bit. Doesn't write. And it's even got a hooky thing.
Yeah.
On it. So this is like a t-shirt or something. I mean,
or
I
the
could
side
measure.
of your yarn bag.
And then I could measure what I was doing, but no. So I have to get a hold of them. And I thought they were $1.50 and they were $4.50. So at $1.50, I wouldn't be bitching. But at $4.50, I'm bitching. Because at first I'm thinking to myself, lady, I only bought one. And she gave me 18 cents change or something like that. And I was like, oh. So I'm going to call this yarn shop from wherever they are.
Or I'm wondering if you couldn't just
maybe Mikey can take it
change
apart.
out the what the flying blackbirds.
You can't.
It doesn't open.
No.
Well,
now that's
shimmer me timbers.
Yep. I'll have to get Mikey with nothing else to take apart so I can save that part.
Yeah.
Yep. So don't buy this pen. Doesn't work.
Unless you want it something that looks like a pen, but works as a
right.
A measuring tape.
If somebody borrows this pen, they'll give it back to you. You won't lose this pen. If somebody says, hey, you got a pen I can use, I can go.
And Nancy says she got one of those and it didn't last long.
Yeah, well, see, I bet this worked. Did your tape measure work? Maybe I'll have Mikey take it apart. Do you ever undo a tape measure?
No.
Open up like the container?
No.
Oh my God. It goes boing.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
Yeah. It just kind of flies all over the place.
What did you think it was going to do?
Well, I didn't think it was going to do that. Well, I mean, I thought it was, I know they're tight in there and everything, but I didn't think it was going to like blow up and fill the room. It does. Because I use tape measures on one of my little bags. Because that's the snappy part of one of my bags. So anyway.
Right.
And I did get a couple of rows done on my knitting. And I finished the hat and I forgot to bring it. But I'll bring it next week, I promise. Because I really think it does need a pom-pom. It does, But what I did was at 7 inches on my ears. And since this is 50 grams, about 230 some odd yards. Okay, because that's what that little ball was. And then about 7 inches, I switched from a 4 to a 3. Okay.
Yeah.
And I did down to about maybe here. And then when I took it off and tried it, it fit okay. But I felt it was a little loose, like you could get the wind. So I switched and finished it off with a 2. So the ribbing gets narrower. So it gets a little tighter at the bottom.
Okay.
And it
on your little teeny tiny head.
It fits on my plastic head too, because that's how I block them. I just stick them on the head and leave them there until winter.
Yeah.
But this one's going on the cruise. I may need it for Norway. You never know. I'm trying to decide. Maybe our Sweden people can also fill me in and let me know what I'm going to need this summer. I'm hesitant because I know it says it's supposed to be in 70s, but it's kind of windy because they're all on the water in a fjord or something like that. And in the fjord, it can be warmer because you're protected.
But it could be windier.
Or it could be windier with the wind coming right in. So I don't know if I should take 20 pairs of socks or not because I don't know.
Well, socks don't take up that much room.
No. But that's a project room. That's room for a project.
That's room for a project.
See, most people pack their clothes first. I mean, I pack my projects first and then work in everything else around it. So that's how I do it. That's part of the reason why I didn't start fragmentation either, is because I had to take 7 skeins of yarn. And you need to keep the 7 skeins with you at all times because you change as you go on.
Right.
So it was like, okay, I can't.
So maybe you should find something with that 1,500 skeins because that's only 3 skeins of yarn.
Yeah.
And I think that would keep you
pretty busy.
The
only thing is I was kind of thinking, even though I said I was going to do it with Brenda and Heather and the other colors, I was really thinking the yellow might be the better one to do that eyelet, to do the yellows, because I think that would be a nice fade kind of look to it. And
it'd be awfully boring.
It's true.
Especially for you wanting color.
Especially me. You think I have a thing for color?
Yeah, you do have a thing for color.
I do.
So you completely throw me off when you purchase that pale yellow.
Yeah, I did. I kind of blew her mind. Keep them guessing. That's what you have to do.
Right.
But need to go on to this one site. It's called Bona Yarns. Bona Yarns.
Okay.
They're in England. And they have a line. Stephen West carries it as well. Soxy Socks is part of that Bona yarn. Okay. The colors are amazing. They are so bright. Like my safety orange would be dull on that website.
Okay.
So check that out, because I was thinking, do you think a 7 skein neon shawl would be fun? Or not?
7 full skeins?
Yeah, 7 full skeins in the
fuck's sake, that's huge.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, if anybody has ever seen the fragmentation.
I mean, the wrap I did for Tori wasn't even quite 5 skeins.
Yeah.
And that's big.
Yeah.
It was probably 4 skeins because I had little bits left over of all the colors. Wow, that is big.
They do. And he tells you how much yarn you're going to use. And the pattern is about 16 pages.
Of course it is. So that's a book in itself, or a full project bag.
Well, the thing too is you got to
remember for the pattern.
I saw the pattern online and I went ahead and bought it, and I hadn't read it yet.
Yeah.
And then Miss Babs had kits, and I thought, oh, her kits go really quick. So I went ahead and I ordered a kit for her. Okay, now get on Ravelry and you'll see fragmentation.
I mean, I think it's cool.
It's really cool. I mean, isn't that just the coolest? But he's like 6 foot tall, and that goes past his
It's like a
butt.
blanket. It is a blanket.
He loots knitted than me. He knits looser.
Wow, that was dyslexic. I don't know how kind of dyslexic that was. He's a looser knitter than you.
Yeah. He's looser than me.
Yeah.
Sorry,
so
Stephen West.
You've read it, obviously.
I still haven't read the whole thing.
Okay, but does it start with like a garter tab up at the top?
Yes. And then you
you wouldn't have to do the whole thing. You could stop at any point.
Yeah, I guess, but not the way it reads. You just kind of work your thing, and then you pick up and you're going, and then you change your color as you're going along. This is changed as you're going. Like here, you drop that and pick that up, and drop that and pick that up. So
yeah, but I mean, you could go to like that first thing of orange and stop.
Yeah, but I'd have to take orange. I'd have to have the brown and the dark and the gray and the orange and the white. You still have to have all of them with you.
Yes, what I'm saying is you wouldn't have to do. It wouldn't have to be that fucking big when you were done with it.
Oh no, mine won't be, because my painted bricks.
I get it. You can stop that at any point.
Yes. Now
and not make it,
true,
blanket size.
I understand. My painted bricks is smaller than his. In the and I use fingering and he used fingering, but mine is smaller because when I do knit tighter,
he's
and
6'5" and you're 5 foot. 4'5".
No, I'm 5 foot. I'm never shorter than 5 foot.
So he's 1.5 feet taller than you. Of course he can make it bigger for him.
Yeah, you use approximately 300 yards from every skein. Unbelievable.
To make it that size.
That size. Yeah. And so I actually have it in the, and so yeah, and he uses a 5 with fingering. I'm not sure I like that because I used a 4 with my fingering. Because I think it just doesn't work as well with some fingering yarn it does, but most fingering yarn to me it doesn't.
Well, and he probably wants it to be more flowy.
Yeah, he does. He's a very flowy person. He's got some really cool ones out there too, and they're all very big. If I were like going to be on a plane when I go to Singapore next year, that's when I think I could probably do one.
Well, you're not going to get it done on the plane ride.
Well, the plane ride is like 20 hours.
Yeah, but that's going to be, 500 hours worth of knitting to finish that thing off.
Well, did you know that my painted bricks was over 77,000 stitches?
Yeah, I do know that.
Yeah. If you guys don't know, I didn't. I told them. Some of the people didn't want to know, but I think that they should have known that anyway, because that's just good information for them to know that was a lot of work.
Did you see at Fiber Seed? They had the cost per yard.
Oh no!
On there, kind of like at the grocery store.
Oh yes, I did.
Where it's like $3.99 or 26 cents per ounce.
Right, I did. She had it. In
Fiber Seed has it, $28 for the skein or
6.96 cents
per ounce.
So funny.
She's like, because I said, I don't know.
Per foot, I think it was per foot.
No, it was per yard.
Was it yard? Okay.
I said, I don't know if I like that or don't like that to her,
Yeah.
And she's going, yeah, me too. But my husband thinks it's pretty awesome, so it's on all the signs.
I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So
yeah, like, do we really want to know how much it is per yard?
No, I don't think so.
You know what? If you were selling it, yeah. If you're selling a project,
if you were selling a project, maybe because like those are 510 yards, and so it was just under 7 cents a yard.
Right.
Because it was $35, so that was just under just under 75.
Yeah.
7 cents a yard. Well, I guess if you donate it, then you could probably write it off, so you would know that how much you were.
I would write off the
whole
$35. I would just say it was $35 with the yarn because that's what I donated.
Yeah, that's what I donated. $35.
But if I was selling it and I didn't use the whole thing,
I know
you're not gonna say it was $35. You're gonna say
you never get the cost back.
I used 300 yards.
Yeah, you never get the cost back. Because people put them down there all the time, like Stephen West right now. And I'm sorry, it's just that I've gotten 3 emails from him lately. He seemed to woke up. Stephen B sends out one every day.
Oh my gosh, really?
Every day he's got something on there. What I don't like about Stephen B is if it's a pattern, you can't always get that pattern yet. It hasn't been released in Ravelry. Stephen B has it first. So you can't always get the pattern and not without getting the kit. From Stephen West. Stephen B. But he uses a whimsical wool company.
Okay.
The ones that have the Assies in the name, like Smart Assy, Sugar Assy. They're cute. And they have a lot of bright colors in their stuff too. So I kind of like their stuff. But Stephen West had their stuff. And it was very reasonable considering. I thought it would be a lot more, like a sweater on the site was like €160. Which I didn't think was all that bad for a handmade sweater.
No.
That's like $175 maybe or something. But yeah, whimsical wood. But it has an A in front of it. So it's a whimsical wood. It's not the whimsical wood. It's A. So
A.
Speaking of A, how's the kid? Get ready to go?
Yeah, she's good. She starts her job tomorrow.
So excited. And she made that. She doesn't have to quit to go on vacation?
No. No, but she's like, they know. And it was definitely a stipulation.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
She's like, unless,
hell froze over something
weird, like, oh, I got a job. It was $150,000 a year.
There's something.
But I had to work in August the whole month.
Yeah.
There was nothing that was going to stop me from going on the trip. I'm like, okay. All right.
So anyway,
I mean, Dad could have always gone if it was,
Well, then Mikey would have somebody to play with.
Right.
Yeah. As it is, Mikey doesn't have anybody to play with, sort of. Except he'll go get our drinks. So when we're sitting down in the martini bar, and the martini bar doesn't open until 4:30. So when we're sitting down there and we don't want to walk all the way like another 50, 60 feet to the alchemy bar,
right?
Then we can always text Mikey and tell him to pick it up and he'll get it for us.
But we also have the kid with us, so we could send her on errands.
Oh yeah, she can be a Sherpa too.
Yeah, she can be a Sherpa.
If she's awake.
Right, if she's awake.
Sorry, kid, I didn't mean to pick on you like that. So
no, she would agree with that. She would be like, yeah, I agree. Carly says that she just bought a fade from the Whimsical Wood. Whimsical Wood. All Whimsical Wood.
All Whimsical Wood. Or whatever.
I'm almost done with the green.
Look at how much we gotta keep going so she gets this done today.
Oh.
Look at this. You are so good. I haven't even picked up my stitch, but I'll show you anyway because I did work on it in the car and I did work on it last night. And this is number 4 color, which I have to admit, the color's going down quickly, which I like.
Well, your rows are a little longer.
Just a tad. Isn't that cute? I think this is going to become like a new favorite one because it's so cool across. I mean, here, look how fun that is.
Yeah.
And it's got a nice edge and I think it'll be fun to wear. So I'm looking forward to
this. And go with blue jeans.
Yeah, and just a shirt. Anything that has blue in it, you've got it. So, whether it's a blue dress or a blue jean or a yellow shirt with blue flowers or a green shirt with blue flowers, or it would even probably go with my green shirt that has butterflies on it because I think there's blue butterflies. But I wear that with blue pants, so that would probably work okay.
Wow, squirrel. Holy crap. Do you talk just to hear yourself talk? Like what I said the other day. And not to you. I didn't say that to you.
Did you say that to
Coleman?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yes, after he asked if people park in the parking lot and then go shop.
Oh, she did the knitting the pin-up rainbow shawl. I've seen that. That's pretty cool. Angela's doing that. That's a nice pattern. I have to get that up.
Yeah, get that up, would you?
I will. I remember seeing that. Yeah.
Pin-up rainbows.
Yep. Because I was one of the I thought for the Brenda and Heather rainbow yarn. We're just a brilliance of information here, I'm telling you. Pin up Rainbow's cowl and the shawl. There it is.
What does it look like?
Like that. Here. See? It's got all these colors, and then you put like little wingsy things on it.
What?
Yeah. See? It's got little like cluster things on it.
Hold up. How am a flock of birds? How do you do that?
You go back, and when you get there, you probably just go through it.
That's special yarn.
No, that's a regular color. And then see, there's the colors right there in the yarn.
Yeah, it's special yarn.
Yeah. And then you do the colors, and then you just reach over and knit through this one. And then you knit through that one. And then you knit through that one.
Yeah, it's assigned pooling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Special yarn. Special yarn.
Special. You gotta have special. Very nice.
You can't do that with just any yarn. You have to use their special yarn.
I would imagine you would have to use a specialer type yarn.
Yeah,
A cooling type, one that has the colors that go in line like that. This would be fun, like the one yarn that Marcia did. When you got to the colors, you would purl.
Even Carly says, yeah, it's dyed specifically so that you can do that. That yarn is dyed specifically so that you can do that with it. You can't just take up any yarn and expect to be able to do that with it. I'm just saying.
She's just saying.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
She's just saying, and she's saying it, and I'm not going to listen to it. So I'm done with that. But I did look at that.
That is cool. That's kind of like in gray one that I saw up in Traverse City at Yarnology. I still need to get that. I love the paley gray with the hot pink, and it was that assigned pooling, and they made a starburst.
Oh, really?
With the hot pink.
Oh my.
In it.
Wow.
And it was a shawl with assigned pooling in it. And it did, yeah. It was that sort of thing, except it was hot pink.
Yeah, but if you get off, you could really be in trouble. It's like, how do you take it out to fix one of those holes or something like that? There's no hole. If you put a hole in it or something, or if you get off on your count,
that's just knitted. There's no counting.
There's always counting.
I'm not counting right now. I'm not even looking. I'm just knitting.
Hang on just a second.
She's going to stab me with her pen that doesn't write.
I'm not. I'm really not. I'm going to. It's nice been seeing you today on the show. Next time, maybe I'll have someone here with me who knows what they're doing.
I love you too.
I know she does. People have actually asked if we're sisters.
We did have somebody ask us
if
we were sisters. Like, no.
We don't even look alike. We don't
Just
even
friends.
act alike. We talk alike.
We both squirrel.
Yeah.
I think you squirrel a little bit more than I do, but I do squirrel too.
Yeah, I squirrel. My husband just stands there and I said, "Did you hear what I said?" And he goes, "No, I just heard words."
You just heard words.
And I said, "Do you want me to repeat any of that?" And he's like, "Did it make any sense?" And I said, "I don't think so." And he goes, "Okay, well, let me know when you figured it out." And I said, "Okay."
Okay. All right.
That's what he does. So he's just a pain and everything. And on that note,
I didn't pick up one of those yesterday.
These are great.
They are great to help keep you cool.
They do. And they don't really use that much energy.
No.
So.
All right. You guys have a fantastical week.
Yep.
Hit the subscribe button if you haven't. And the notifications.
Tell all your friends to stay away from. No, I'm only kidding. We're flocking the flock here. And if you are going on, and we only heard from one person.
Yeah, we've only heard from one person.
We've only heard from one person.
So if you guys,
if you are going, let us know.
Yep, if you're going to be on our Alaskan cruise, let us know. We do have one. We have one flocker with us.
Yeah, we have one flocker
for sure.
And she's done. And she's very
bringing
good.
her husband too.
Well, they can maybe do something together.
Yeah, so maybe
we can introduce them, and then they could do. Mikey's very bland, so he'll go along with anything. In fact, he might even take the guy down to the engine of the ship to see if it's working correctly.
Yeah.
Because he just walks down there as if he belongs. And he looks like he belongs,
Sometimes it's just attitude.
I think so. I think it could be just part of that. So he's going to do that. We have to do our excursions, so we have to get our things together. So we have to figure out what we're going to do on our days we're in.
Yeah.
And I'll have a list. I can let you guys know of all the yarn shops that we're going to visit. So in case, you're going to be jealous.
Email us if you're planning on going, flockaroundthetable@gmail.com.
Right.
Otherwise.
If you want Kivit, you have to prepay. But I'll pick it up for you. and bring it back.
Have
Because
a
we'll
good-
put it in Mikey's suitcase. Because his will be over, not mine.
See, squirrel. You guys have a good week. We will see you next week.
And I am here next week for the next couple weeks. And then I leave for Norway.
It's not a touchscreen.
Oh, you bitch. It's supposed to be